Good day to you folks. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. My name is Dean, and what we do is on this show is we give you self-storage tips, and we also document my journey with my 6 sites, and 5 at the minute. We're opening the 6th in June, and tell you every single thing lift the veil for self-storage. Right, so today's episode, what we're talking about is the price per square foot. We talked about it yesterday. So many people don't track this on a monthly basis. I think, you can track it on a quarterly basis if you want, but you need to be tracking this number because this number will dictate how much revenue you take. And this has such a big impact on your self-storage operations. And without knowing the numbers, I just think without tracking it, then what gets tracked gets improved. And I think you've got to look at your most important metrics and start tracking them month on month. So what I'm going to do is run through my 2024 monthly breakdown of my price per square foot. And a caveat, yes, I spoke about it yesterday. Most people disagree with me about how I do my price per square foot. I include my insurance on there. And the reason being is that it's a collective. The rent and insurance is connected to that one size unit. And so why wouldn't I collectively put it all together? And yes, I've heard all the experts and people I really, really respect in the industry, and they all disagree with me. But we're going to have to agree to disagree because I think you're wrong. I'm sorry. And you think I'm wrong, so. But I massively, and by the way, these people who I disagree with have achieved so much more than me. So if you're going to listen to somebody, probably listen to them, but this is where I like to do it. Right, okay, so let's run down my 5 sites. We've got Beverly on line 1, and I'm going to, if you can't see this, by the way, what I'm going to do is run through it with you, tell you exactly what it is. We've got Willoughby on line 1, Beverly on line 2, Clough Road on line 3, and Wrexham on line 4, Mansfield on line 5. We spoke about Mansfield yesterday, so we will not be focusing too much on Mansfield. If you haven't listened to Mansfield, go back and check it yesterday's episode out. Okay, Willoughby. So in January, it was £31.02 was my price per square foot. It's a lagging indicator. So basically what happened in previous months will greatly impact this figure. In February, it was £25.56. In March, it was £29.56 in February. In March, it was £29.38. And in April, it was £29.92. Now, I'm absolutely adamant that this month that we will be taking over £30 per square foot. So it'll get back towards, because we've had some good results in March and good results in April, and so been a very, very good start as well to May. Then, because it's a lagging indicator, I reckon May and June will be above £31. I'm going to put it out there. It's going to be above £31. So at the minute, it's very consistent. There's nothing to worry about here at all. 31, 29, 29, 20, 30 if we're rounding up. So yeah, 31, 30, 29, 30. So it's super, super consistent, and that's what we like to see. Now let's move on to Beverly. Now, I will challenge anybody in the country to have a bigger price per square foot than this for a container site. This is mental. It's crazy. And that is because our units are purpose-built. They're insulated. They've got kingspan in the wall. They've got electric roller shutters. They've got lights. They've got ply line throughout as well. And so it really, really is a beautiful site. And by the way, I've tried to price up these units again to buy them again, but they're just too expensive. You cannot get an ROI on them now anymore. So I was very, very lucky. Again, I'd rather be lucky than good because I didn't know what you didn't know, and I bought them, and I can't believe the price we got them for. Incredible. We got them for nearly the same price as a container. And so I don't know why, but it was just very, very fortunate. And so, yeah, the units are beautiful at Beverly. We finished runners. We was finalists for the container site of the year. So, yeah, we do get a very, very good rate per square foot. However, this wasn't always the case. When we first opened, even 6 years ago, we were still only getting £14 per square foot. And so we had to do our revenue management over time, which really, really has compounded. And now it's dynamic pricing. If we've only got one unit free, then the price goes up, etc., etc. We've done the small things correct, and over the years, collectively, that massively adds up to a really nice price per square foot. So it wasn't always the case, because when you first open, even 5 years in, you don't know what you don't know. I was doing what every operator does. First of all, I was pricing myself against the other container sites. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that in the early stages, but once you get a certain level of occupancy, you need to price yourself the value you give. The value we give is far greater than some of the container sites around us. So therefore, we charge a little bit more. Know what you're worth and charge what you're worth. So in January, it was £31.41. I can't believe that my outdoor site was actually a bigger price per square foot than my indoor site. It's crazy. In February, it was £30.46. In March, it was £32.92. And in April, it was £28.42. So a little bit of a loss there. We did lose square footage during March and April, so that has impacted the rate per square foot. However, in May, we lost square footage in March, and so therefore in April it did impact the price per square foot because there's numerous ways of explaining it. But yes, basically, long story short, I'll give you the answer without giving you the formula because it's too long-winded, and I will butcher the explanation. In March, it was there was less square footage at the end, and obviously with the revenue, we'd already taken it. I'm trying to give you a formula as well. And so anyway, it made it was a £32.92 rent per square foot, and then we just dropped down in April, and then we'll see this in May and June increase again. It will be above the £30 mark, which is good. Right, let's have a look at the next one. The next one is Clough Road. Very, very difficult is Clough Road, the price per square foot, because it is competing against a lot of big operators around that area. We've got Armadillo, we've got Storebox, we've got Tiger Removals now have come in, charging ridiculous amounts. So we are finding it very, very difficult. Don't forget, we are competing, obviously, but it's more of a price area, I suppose. People are more price conscious in this area than they are, say, in Beverley or Willoughby. And don't forget, in Willoughby, by the way, with this price per square foot, we have got 52 containers on the site as well. So 52 containers and still getting that amount. And I know people are saying, well, I can't compare it, Dean, because you'll put your insurance included in it. And yes, I know. And Stora used to do that as well. Stora used to agree with me. I think they've changed it. Have Stora. But yeah, it's just the way I prefer to do it. And yeah, anyway, we're being through that. So in Clough Road, it was £26.55 in January, £26.25 in February, £26.72 in March, and £23.43 in April. So we've a decrease of around about 10% in April. But again, I believe that will shoot up for the next couple of months. I think it's an outlier, is that it's just because of the amount of square foot that moved in. It's just many factors as well, a bit about the net square foot, etc. In Wrexham, when we first got Wrexham, there was around about £9 to £10 per square foot that was the previous occupiers, and so we've had to really work hard on this and make sure that we increase the price per square foot at Wrexham, and we're getting there. The problem is now a big proportion of our square foot is containers, so there's only a certain level we can get to. So, in fact, I'm actually okay with Wrexham being at this price point. It's £21.39 in January, £21.27 in February. March was £20.18, and April was £20.82. So there's not a lot of difference there. It's very, very consistent. I would say that this will level out maybe around about the £25 when we've finished. We have some more indoor units. We're building them very soon. So I believe that we will get there eventually, but it will just take a little bit of time, because what you don't want to do and what you can't do is just increase everyone's prices by 50% straight away. You can do, and I'm part of a mastermind in America, and that's what he teaches, but you just feel a little bit bad increasing everyone's prices by 50%. So I want to do it over a period of time, up the street rate, up the internal prices. We've had people there that hadn't had a price increase for 15 years. There was somebody paying £2 something a week for a 50 square foot. I mean, even if we 10x'd it, it'd be, and so that's not worth it for us. So we had to speak to the customer and say, look, this is the old price. It's just not worth it for us. And so we had all these problems because it wasn't correctly priced from the start. And so that was very, very interesting when we took over Wrexham. And so the only thing I want you guys to look at is just make sure that you are increasing prices on a regular basis. You don't have to be really aggressive on it, but every year, make sure that we are increasing our prices, because it is important, because otherwise you will find yourself in the same situation where the uh, inflation's happened and you look back and somebody's getting charged £2 for something that there should be at least 10x in, at least. And well, yeah, a lot more than 10x in. And then you're stuck, because then that customer, you've lost that customer, because when you come to them and say, by the way, I'm going to 10x, what? They're out of there. And so you've got to be very, very careful how you do it. And yeah, so I will just maintain a steady increase just to make sure, even at the worst case, that you're maintaining inflation rates, because otherwise then you get to that point where it's not really, it's the customer, you can't do anything with that customer. So at the minute, it's been a long, hard slog for the year, but we've doubled the price per square foot. So we're really happy with that, almost double the price per square foot, and it will continue to rise. But there is a ceiling to what we can get in Wrexham. But I'm not too dissatisfied at all. I think we've done a really, really good job, and the customers are very, very happy with us as well, because we made some really good, tangible improvements to the site, opening hours, access, how people access the goods as well. Everything has improved. Yes, there's been massive capital expense there, but it's been worth it. Yes, we've put in a lot of money as well. Just to touch on Mansfield, £9.56 in January, £12.57 in February, March was £15.25, and April was £19.22. So just going in the right direction, the trajectory on there. Right, don't forget to head on over to mrselfstorage.com, put your email address in there, and I will send you a daily email before 8 o'clock each morning, just giving you my weekend numbers from my numbers from a previous day, and a self-storage tip every single day. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you Monday. Shit, this is Friday. Is it Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. All right, I'll see you Monday. All right, love you. I appreciate you. Bye.